Fans are singing along with Bryson Stott's walk-up music.
Everybody standing here at Citizens Bank Park. Sanchez to the belt.
Breaking ball, hit in the air, center field.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Christopher Sanchez, for the first time in the big leagues, has thrown a complete game shutout.
Harper looks at Arcia again as he goes around the second base.
And it's turned into the Bryce Harper game. The game's tied. Castellanos in the third. Dusty is waving him home. Here's the relay to the plate. There'll be no throw. Phillies lead. Breaking ball blasted. Game is tied. Castellanos for the Phillies. And it's a brand new game. And the Phillies close out the National League East. They are the champions of 2024.
Alrighty, Chasers, welcome back to a brand new edition of the Quit Chasin Show. As you know, we are definitely a little cheeky, a little irreverent, and always unqualified. We watch 162.
Touch tips a little bit.
Sometimes we cross the streams. We watch 162 when you aren't able to. But that's enough from me. I'm Alex Kruger. That is our optimist, Chris, and Danny Gerb. Danny, say hi to the folks.
Hey, everyone. How you doing tonight, Alex?
I'm doing great, Danny. How are you doing?
Oh, good. I'm doing all right.
Did you know that Chris was not traded today?
I see that. He wasn't traded. We didn't even make him available, even though that's okay. I don't know what kind of package would it even went for.
You know I would have gone for the entire Padres minor league system as everyone else did today.
Apparently, yeah.
Here's what I could argue, okay? Chris for Chris, all right? With the Broken Bell Network, after having just won the Homers for Hope Home Run Derby, Chris for Chris, make that swap. I think that could be fun for a day or two.
Oh, yeah, we'll trade a Chris for Chris. If they don't like that, maybe we can make Ricky and Dippy available.
That could be fun. That could be very fun. Chris, we know that sadly you were traveling during the 999, but don't worry, my friend. We are going to have the truncated and shortened up versions ready for you in audio and video. First up, we're going to have part one, or as I like to call it, the descent into madness. That is going to be dropping on Monday, and then part two is going to be dropping whenever the hell I feel like it. Maybe I'll tell you, maybe I won't. I don't know. But part two is definitely after technical difficulties, isn't it, Danny?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So here's the thing: we did the challenge better this year.
We did the challenge better this year.
We completed it. Our show still needs some work, which is funny. Like I do want to let people know, we plan a show. We have this stuff planned.
We do.
We want to give you a show, and for the second year in the row, I'm amazed at how fast it goes off the rails and devolves into whatever we end up giving these people.
We lost 3 innings this year. We completely lost 3 innings because we tried to play a video to give ourselves a little break, and all hell broke loose.
I am still fixing and changing settings on the computer from that. I have no idea what happened, but there's still things popping up that are messed up about it. But like, I'm now under the thought of next year we don't even plan a show, and it being off the rails is the show.
I think next year we keep it simple, stupid, and we just have like 2 laptops, 2 microphones, sit on a couch, and just go for it. Like, let's not get silly. Let's have a Carter. First off, massive shout out to our producer, Carter Vance, our man in the chair. Carter, I have been going through the tape and editing it for everyone's purview on audio and video, and I gotta say, buddy, you really brought the order and you kept us on track, and you added some really good game insight when Danny and I were not in the mindset or in the Alka-Seltzer level mindset to be able to. So Carter, massive flowers. Got to give you the credits. Nicely done, buddy. Nicely done.
Yeah, absolutely. Did a great job. I loved having him there. I want him here for everything.
Well, he's about to go to Westchester, so there you go. You can have him whenever the hell you want. He could be the producer tonight so that when Streamlabs crashes and we have to restart the episode, he can do all of that.
Oh, Westchester only 4 hours away from my house.
I mean, it's 40. That's as far away from you as he is from me in Lebanon, so close enough. But anyways, so the 999 is going to be coming to you guys. The thing I'm excited to see about is it even good as audio only, or is it only good as video? So we're going to drop them all as video and audio this year. But if it turns out that the audio is a weird listen, Maybe it's a video only in the future. I don't know. I question if the audio only is going to be worth a damn.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll have a burp counter next year.
Yes,
let me say, our podcasts are meant to be a listening medium. I think in this case,
thank you, Chris.
There's nothing. There is nothing better than watching my friends shove hot dogs down their throats and
shove them down.
And burp and just belch constantly for.
There was a lot of
the course of 2.5 hours, with numerous bathroom breaks. And
washing the hand counter
and non-washing.
I haven't gotten to part 2 yet.
It's not even washing the hand counter. With the hand counter on the hot dogs, also it's the level of LDL and HDL cholesterol going up as the show progressed. So
I broke a phone for the 999 challenge. Okay, I'm not even going to have it back until tomorrow. So
what's that like? Not having a phone for the last 6 days.
So I've been living the life of a 1980s fundraiser where I'm not even printing out directions on MapQuest. I'm just like, I'm just gonna go to Penn State Harrisburg and then the Hershey Company because I know where they are. But I am not able to be reached, and it's kind of beautiful, and I kind of love it. And I know I'm getting my phone in the mail tomorrow, but I don't hate being incommunicado just a hair. But don't worry. I'm gonna get to it.
Have you bought a paper roadmap yet? Because that is the telltale sign.
Absolutely not. So I am a AAA member, so I have gotten my roadmaps from them. I am a huge map guy. I love maps. So I have tons of maps of Central PA, Full PA, Eastern, Western, yada yada yada. Yeah. So I'm good on that. But
would you like to know? Would you like to know a 999 follow up?
Oh, please, Daniel.
So Alex and we both finished 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, and 8 innings of baseball because we're that good.
That is a fact.
Yeah, factual. I, after you left, took a little meat snooze on the couch. Woke up. I was hungry. I had 6 hot dogs left.
Ooh.
I ate them.
Yeah, you did.
I ate them.
Yeah, you did.
Around, 8 o'clock at night. I was like, what's 6 more? So it was a hot dog filled day. Yeah.
Can I tell you my post 999 challenge?
Oh, you know what? I am curious. How was that train ride? How'd that go?
First off, at 7 minutes, 20 seconds. I don't know if this is illegal or not, but
we'll find out.
I had 3 more garage beers on the train from Philly to Harrisburg.
Oh, no. People drink on that train all the time.
Okay, cool. And it was delightful. I was sitting next to some random guy. And as you know, my phone wasn't working, but I had my Nintendo Switch. So I was just playing Switch. Carter was having a good time. Like, it was great, dude. Like, it was a very easy ride back to Harrisburg. And then the nice thing about garage beer is, and I didn't realize this at first, it's 4% beer. That's not even beer.
I didn't realize that either.
It's 4%. Like, that's less than a Michelob Ultra Light. So when in the grand scheme of things, I do kind of feel like it was a little bit of a cheat, but it was also the saltiest hot dogs known to man.
Oh my God, they were so salty. Yeah, all right.
No salt. Those are some salty ass dogs.
So next year, maybe
we're going vegan.
Sure. We'll definitely get better hot dogs. But we'll check out the beers. I see the finger. Kim was actually worried about you. She was desperately hoping that. She was worried that you would get the Amtrak hotsies, and nobody needs that.
Okay, folks. Here, I appreciate everyone always caring about me in these moments. I do. I really would like to point out, I went to Shippensburg University from 2005 to 2009. I know what I'm doing in these situations. I promise you. I'll always get home safe. I'll always find a way. I am a survivor. So
it wasn't about you getting home safe. It was getting the hotsies on the Amtrak.
What is the hotsies?
The hotsies.
Like the poops?
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm good with that. That's the next day for me. The next day is Montezuma's Revenge.
Sure,
that day, once I fall asleep, the next day starts. So as long as I stayed awake, and I did, everything was okay. Everything was kosher.
It's the small silver toilet with the blue water.
I
don't get it on you. I got it on me once. Stained my balls. Seriously.
So here's the thing that's weird.
This isn't me trying to like fabricate a story. This seriously happened. When I first started going to the Art Institute, I would take the train back and forth before I had a car in Philadelphia. So I was taking that Amtrak a lot. And I was a little sick one day and had to use the little small silver toilet on the Amtrak thing. And there was like a bump or something happened, or I slipped, or a combination of both. Yeah. I was stained. I was stained for a handful of days. It was
so it looked like your butt stole money from a bank.
It really yes. And I listen, I understood that it was like, for sanitary reasons, so I wasn't too concerned with the cleaning chemicals that might have been leaching into the thinnest skin part of my body, but nonetheless, now everyone can think of my literal blue balls. You're welcome.
I love that you brought up the bathroom piece, because I did pee on the way down to Philly, and in the last 2 months I have peed on an airplane and on a train, and I will say the train is roomier and smoother than the airplane, but I did not have any Hershey squirts on the way home.
Well, that's good. I personally feel, and I get time is a luxury, right? But like train travel is the gentleman's way of traveling. Like,
it is delightful. It is so peaceful. It's so roomy. There's so much space. There's every amenity you need. You got the air, you got the lights, you got the little thing you can plug in whatever device you have. There's so much room. Like
big
the difference in
spacious
leg
seats.
room and the big space, just the difference in seat quality and all that between a plane and a train, it's no contest. And like going 100 miles through eastern Pennsylvania and to like, that's so much fun. Going 100 miles an hour down that way. That was a great experience. I love train driving. I cannot wait to go up to New York in a train.
Well, I'm glad you got to. I made that trip. It's a great trip. You know what's really cool about that trip is going through all those Connecticut towns.
Ooh, yeah.
There's some
okay.
cute, gorgeous little Connecticut towns that you drive through and pass through on the Amtrak to New York.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Danny,
we're
get
to some business.
Should we get into the week that was? Sort of.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't care how long tonight goes. We haven't had a proper QC in a little bit, so
it's been like a month and a half, and
it really has.
It really wasn't us, and we've had some soul searching opportunities. I feel back to us. So, folks, we're gonna get back to the week that was, sort of. All right. So everything past the 999 challenge. First up, we got Philadelphia 3, New York Yankees 4. Wheeler led in 4 runs in the second, and that was all it took. Offense was what it is, and Wheeler got one of those Wheeler losses. Still got 8 strikeouts in 5.2 innings, though. Still, broom free in the second half, but they win series, right? They win series? Anyways, next up, we got Philadelphia 2, Chicago White Sox 6. Sanchez gave up a pair of 2-run bombs, and the Schwarberian was walked 3 times. Turner, Casti, JT, and Kemp all went over at the plate. This team shows up when they want to. Like the next game, Philadelphia 6, Chi Sox 3. That was a fun one to watch, guys. It was a Slurms McKenzie day for Jesus Luzardo as he just kept partying. Some folks whose knuckles drag on the ground, like Kevin Kincaid, will tell you they pulled Luzardo too early with 90 pitches in 7 innings. But honestly, he looked sharp and he needed this start. Schwarber and Marsh each had 2-run blasts, and though David Robert gave up 3 in the 9th, this game was never close. Last in this Chi Sox series, though, Philadelphia 3, Chicago 9. Sometimes the world just laughs. The Phillies went into the 7th inning of this one tied 2-2. We signed Johan Duran, I don't know how to say his name. Within 3 minutes, our bullpen gave up 7 runs. Lazar got absolutely bitch slapped by the White Sox lineup, and with a bullpen like ours, there really weren't many other options. So after the first batch of AL games to start the month, we are... Oh, who cares? It's AL games. We are a 500 team in the second half here, and it feels like we've been a 500 team since 2023. Chris, let's bring you in. Let's talk about some stuff. What do you think about everything I just went over?
Let's talk about the whole month of July in general. It was
real quick.
Toughest.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you because I'm a bastard like that. How do we pronounce the new reliever's name?
I have heard Johan. I've heard Johan. I think it's going to be Johan.
So
Hard JH Johan.
Okay.
The WIP morning show had an interview with him when someone asked him how to pronounce his name. And listen, man, I you know me, I don't like to make fun of other cultures or other people's accents. It's a beautiful world we live in. It's a melting pot. And if we travel a handful of hours in any direction, someone's going to make fun of ours, right? That being said, this dude, they're like, how do you say your name? And no lie, I'm not playing this up. He's just like, Duran. And everyone was like, what
Johan
the hell?
Duran?
What did this guy just say? Like, even out of his mouth, he was Duran. You're like, what the hell? So we're never gonna know. And that's fine.
We just call him Duran then.
I just
we
looked
just call
it up.
Duran.
And according to AI, based on a typical American pronunciation from Spanish, it is pronounced Johan.
Hey, Johan's coming in for the 9th, guys. Johan's gonna get us.
Imagine that coming from the fans. Yeah.
He's on the hunt. He's after you.
Okay, he's
Your
hungry
blood is like wine.
All right, he's officially Duran now. Duran. I don't care, but that's who he is. He is hungry like the wolf. He's our closer, guys.
There you go.
All right, good. All right, Chris, what were you going to say before I so rudely interrupted you?
No, so before we go, we'll encapsulate last week, because last week was one of those up and down traditional Philly weeks where we we win series from teams we're supposed to, that are the better of the pack, and then we just lay an egg like we do in Miami every year.
Or against the Angels and the White Sox.
Oh, correct. Yeah. So the month of July, in totality, our worst month record wise, but our opponents we faced the best opponents record that we had all season. So our opponents had a combined record of, I think, like 530 or 536 or something like that.
Nobody wants to own anything this year. Nobody wants to own a division.
No.
And go ahead, Danny.
They're 25-25 exactly since June 1st. They're still rocking a plus 30 run differential, but Jesus, they refuse to sweep a team. They refuse to string 3 wins together in a row. The Mets, who I was freaking out about when they went 1.5 to 2 games above us, are now back to hanging out a half a game. Everyone's just refusing to take it. Anyone. I don't care who it is at this point. If it's the Mets, it's the Mets. If it's the Phils, it's the Phils. I don't care. Even the Dodgers, someone just run away with something already.
Again, the Brewers have the best record in Major League Baseball on July 31st of 2025. So no one wants to own anything.
How about those Tigers coming back down to earth?
It's bound to happen. They don't have Cast anymore.
Okay.
And nor do they have a bullpen. But yeah, so just think about how Danny's attitude was 2 weeks ago when the Mets were pulling away by 2 games, and then they go crap the bed against the West Coast.
4 days ago, dude.
Freaking
out
4 hours ago, man. Have you not been? I haven't even been in our text thread, but you have.
Yeah. No, it's not as pleasant without you there, Alex. But I mean, I think what I'm trying to say is we got to take the good from the bad. I think the good. Look at what JT Realmuto has done since June 1st. I mean, this is a guy that was batting 225, I think 223, 225 around June 1st, June 3rd. I mean, the guy was batting 422 up until July 20th. And, he raised his batting average almost 55 points. So, I take that as a win. Brandon Marsh is hitting again. Bryce finally woke up all of Philadelphia was hoping he would. Schwarber's doing what he normally does in June. He waited till July to do it.
But he also did it in May. He did it in May and in July instead of doing it in June. So I'll take 2 months over the one.
And but then on the flip side, which we'll get to, I'm sure, everyone else in the lineup is just shit in the bed and doesn't care. So it's a 50-50, as Danny just said. That's where you get the 25-25 record since June 1st. So
fair enough.
Straddle the line of discourse and rhyme. I'm on the hunt. I'm after you.
Oh, Duran. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right, Chris. So we wanted you to come on for the 999. We knew that you were going to be traveling, and we wanted you to kind of talk us through some of the draft moves. And now that we've got you, let's go through some of the trade stuff. Danny and I are not GM guys, but you understand this stuff and care about this stuff so much better than we do. So tell the listeners what to be excited about, both from a drafting aspect, i.e. a no-hitter in the College World Series, and from the trade deadline aspect, i.e. an honest-to-goodness closer.
Okay, we'll go back to the draft because that chronologically came first. So, we met
2 months ago.
Yeah, correct. It seems like
we've been
Gage
doing
Wood.
Stuff, man.
We've been busy this summer, man. So Gage
this summer, man.
That's right. So Gage Wood, first round draft pick out of Arkansas.
James Wood, nice.
You've got Gage Wood.
James Wood.
Whoa, yeah. Gage's, claim to fame, obviously that no-hitter that he threw in the College World Series this year for Arkansas, 19 strikeouts. He's got a lot of I bottled energy that I think will come out as soon as he hits Citizens Bank. Yeah, as soon as CBP gets into his soul and his aura.
He's still pissed he hit that guy.
I would be too if I were him. But you know who he reminds me of?
James Woods.
Papelbon. He's got a Papelbon mentality. Like he's someone I could see throttling Bryce Harper. No, I don't know. I like
that's
this guy.
Apt, man. That's pretty apt.
I think Papelbon is a good comp for this guy, and if that's the case, awesome sauce.
Yeah, he's gonna be. If we can keep him for the duration of his career, he's going to be one of the good ones, I think. He's got a lot of good stuff.
He's a fun guy to follow, I think.
I think right now he's in that rhythm where he's kind of like an Orion Kirkering, where he needs to find a third or fourth pitch to round him out, which will get him into the starting rotation. I think that we have a chance of seeing him in September. It just all depends on what. Go ahead. Before
all right, I'm bursting at the seams, but because you're the guy and I don't know this stuff and I go to you for this stuff, isn't there an argument to be made that he is a much better value as a dominant bullpen piece than a starter with that type of mentality and his type of stuff? And like, couldn't that also expand his durability over seasons?
Correct. I think what they're looking at and what the front office has mentioned that they're looking at is starting him in the bullpen to help him grow the longevity. He'll be, in my perspective, he's going to be a great setup guy, for where he's at in his evolution right now. If Orion Kirkering could be the guy in the future, like we've talked about, that all depends on how he's able to manage the 2-pitch setup that he's got going on. And now that we have Johan, and we have him locked up for 2.5 seasons under club control.
Like that's awesome. We have him through 27, and then Bednar through it, or not Bednar, whoever the hell, Harrison Butker.
Harrison.
Bader,
so Harrison Bader,
year of attrition.
Correct. I'll get to him in a second. I mean, and then our second round draft pick, tall left-hander. I said to you guys when we drafted him, he's kind of I see him as a mix of Chris Sale and Josh Hader. He's a guy that's he can throw 95, 96, but he's got a hell of an off speed and a hell of a slider, demanding off the hill. So we'll see what he brings, as the pitching staff down in Clearwater and down in the minors, what they do with him. And then we just kind of everyone on social media was all, oh, look, they're getting another pitcher. We loaded up on pitching, which is great.
Yeah. Well, they didn't take his shortstop. They took his shortstop. It was the first non-pitcher player in the third 369th round.
They took 8 or 9 straight pitchers. It was something insane.
Yeah.
But with this development crew, you see what they've done with Kirkering. You see what they did with Mick Abel. You see what they're doing with these guys. Like, okay, if that's where our strength in development is, let's load the hell up, trade them for other pieces that we're not developing, or have them come in to be those like that 2027 team that Jack Fritz is always talking about. Maybe these are pieces to add to that. Like, I don't hate it.
It goes back every season. It was the 26 Phils for the longest time.
But it's also at the point where these guys are going to develop and be ready to take over said starting roles or whatever. Wheeler will be gone. Nola's going to be at the very, very tail end of his career.
Oh yeah.
I don't think and I'm going to say this right now.
It's a spicy meatball.
here's a spicer meatball. Ranger Suarez isn't going to be in Philadelphia next year.
I agree.
don't think he's going to play.
I agree. Between his durability and his he's great, but it's just between JT, Kyle, and Ranger. Ranger's the odd man out.
It's gonna be weird to see them not pay a homegrown pitching talent, but I'm with you. I don't think he's sticking around either.
And he'll
be a really good Mariner.
Yeah, he'll get $120 million from someone out west, like a San Diego, San Francisco, someone.
I'm calling Seattle, but
I
love that for him. But you know what? Again, if I have to give up Ranger to keep JT and Kyle, I'll do that. I will do that right now because we have Chris Sanchez, and I didn't expect in 22 Christopher Sanchez to become who he is, but my man is a grown ass man. Like Chris Sanchez, I will fight to the death for him. So I'm here for it, man. And Nola is coming back. Like we have other stuff coming. I don't know.
He pitched 6 shutout innings in his rehab start today in Lehigh.
They did play that?
Yeah. Well, I think they played it. I just saw the stat line this afternoon. I think it was something along the lines of like 80 some pitches, but he pitched 6 innings and threw shutout ball. So, that's going to make things interesting once we get to the end of August and September, as we prepare for the playoffs. God willing, what are we going to do with Nola when if he does come back and gets back to not throwing his fastball and his curveball right over the plate?
Let me ask you this: if you had to choose between Luzardo and Nola in the postseason, who would you give that spot to?
No question.
Nola, no question. And I think that's because Luzardo has become a younger Nola. You're either going to get 2-hit ball or 10-hit ball and 6 runs, and a bunch of long balls are going to tattoo you and make you pay, just like they do with Nola. But like, I don't know. It's very intriguing. I'm very, very interested to see how the rest of all of this goes. What did you think about the moves at the trade deadline? Danny, I'm going to need you to start paying attention because I'm going to ask Chris a question that you're going to jump all over, which is, Chris, did the Phillies and did David Dombrowski do enough?
They didn't. I think Dombo did enough based on his past in Philadelphia.
Okay, if you're moving the bar for him, then sure.
This is the best. Correct me if I'm wrong.
There's no Rodolfo Castros this year. You're absolutely right.
This is the best trade deadline that he's had in the 4 years that he's had that he's been in Philadelphia. We got the one.
There's
absolutely
no bar.
true.
There's no bar to pass there.
We got the splash. We got the one splash player. I don't think we were ever going to be in the realm of getting Stephen Kwan as much as all 3 of us were talking about it over the last few days.
I thought Eugenio Suarez could have been, but I guess we like Bowman.
Suarez went to the Mariners, absolutely. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Let's just we're done with the draft stuff.
Yeah. The
all
draft
right, cool.
is 8 years away from mattering.
Let's just do a quick little level set here. Please. In totality, and we'll break down each one as we get to them. But totality as a whole, what are you giving these deadline trades?
Solid
B.
Grade. Like, solid B. Okay.
Solid B.
I was gonna say solid B. If we were talking about the trade last night, I'd give it an A-, but Harrison Bader thrown in, I'd give it a solid B on the brink of a B+.
I'm with you. I would have given it an A yesterday with the okay. There's room to be made for the bat to come. With the Bader thing, it dropped down to a high C for me.
It all depends on if he turns into Austin Hayes. If he's Austin Hayes, and like so many guys, once they get traded to us, turn into Austin Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it turned into a high C. So getting Duran was...
I wanted the second Duran, by the way. I wanted both Durans in this. Cool. Just because I wanted us to have a Duran episode. And I thought that would have been so good to have pimped up like just all Duran. So I wanted the outfielder Duran as well, for the record.
So the way I am looking at it is this. I'm just gonna put out my piece here. You go out and get the closer, probably the best one on the market. You're top 5 in the league right now.
He was the best one. After looking at all the experience, like he was the best closer. His stuff and his stats. Yes, we got Duran's the shit.
Yeah, and I will all into it, all for it. It filled a hole that we desperately needed filled and fixed. Yeah, I try. Around. Think about it. Which I'm all for. Now, I'm going to pose this question for you. It's going around the socials. They're talking about it on the radio. Chris sent it to us last night. We see the Hungry Like the Wolf entrance. And everyone's getting hyped, like, oh, this is going to look real sexy in October in Philadelphia. And, like, yeah, it will.
If we have a lead.
Hold on. Well, yes, that's subsect B of this thing. Also, A is, yeah, that's going to look real great in the 6th when Topper deploys them because he likes the freaking pocket. Like, are you kidding me with this guy? We got this standout monster closer that might end up getting misused, and you are absolutely 100% correct. Like, that's great if he is coming out to protect the lead, but, like, hey, man, we've had this outfield that has been direct for the handful of seasons that you absolutely refuse to acknowledge and fix, and you try to do it on the peripheral, and you did it yet again. And here's the thing, when I saw the Hader trade go down and what they gave for him, was thinking, holy crap, that's nothing. This is early enough in the day that there's still pieces to move. And
I thought so too.
And like this whole Painter thing, I'm just gonna say it now. I've been ranting about it. I've been ranting about it in text messages, and I'm pretty Dave Dombrowski. Painter's projected possible future that we don't even know about because he hasn't even pitched one single pitch in the major leagues yet is greater than our chance to win a World Series. Dave Dombrowski probably said that.
Who that was moved from the outfield would you have wanted us to get that we didn't get?
I didn't care.
That's crap, because
so here's the thing.
No,
No.
Hold on. You've had your moment to talk for a second. Give me one second.
You asked me a question.
And then I'm gonna interrupt you and then not let you answer it.
You can put Suarez on first and moved Buddy Boy back out there. Yeah, thank you. The other dude from the Twins. Like, there were moves to be made that are all better than the Marshes, Rojas's, Baders of the world.
That's where I'm going to have to challenge you, because I think that Brandon Marsh, since coming back from his injury and going down and coming back, I think he has been a completely different player. And if you can put Bader in center field and Marsh over in the corner, and Bader, someone that has an even slash line on lefties and righties, you can let Marsh do his thing. And I know that you're doing this thing where you do right.
No, I'm listening. I'm writing you, but listening. I'm writing you, but listening.
But I think it was the right move to ensure that for the next 5 years, we are not decrepit like a Ruben Amaro Jr.
Okay. So here's the thing. Thank you. Well, this isn't the Ruben regime. This isn't the Clentak McPhail regime. This is the Mattingly Dombrowski regime. There's difference. They've made great strides in that developmental minor league system. And I think it's one of the reasons why you didn't see them go for anything other than a pitcher until round 369 of the draft. Here, I'm going to clap back with some of that stuff is true, and yes, you're not wrong. Come October.
Here we go.
NLDS game 1.
All right.
Who's behind Harper? Who's batting behind? Who's number 4? Who's your 4-hole hitter?
It all depends on who's hot at that moment. It could be Casty. Do you remember 2 years ago when Casty single-handedly put the Philadelphia Phillies on his back against the Atlanta Braves in the NLDS and
left it on the plane? NLCS? Yeah, I remember that.
You know what? He did his time. It was someone else's chance to pick it up.
No, I'm with you. I do agree. I do agree with you. I do agree with you with that. That is how lineups work. However, Sure, Cassie not gonna any name. I want there needs
To me,
be
Kevin Long has always been the problem more than the players because he is allowing them bad habits. I mean, the douche nozzle knuckle dragger on Crossing Broad wrote an article about the chase rate of the Phillies being right back to where it's always at because Kevin Long, I feel like, doesn't hold the guys accountable to being disciplined. So holla at me when they have an actual hitting coach.
So you go and get another 7-hole hitter, which, by the way, our lineup is stacked with. That also has a chasing problem. Is he
a 7-hole hitter? I mean, is he?
I'm being generous.
I would put him. All right, so name the 6 guys ahead of him.
Trey, Kyle, Bryce, Casty, JT.
Okay, who's 6?
Boom.
I don't know if I'd put him in
of
front of JT. I don't know if I'd put him in front of JT.
They'll put him in front of JT right now because JT's the hottest batter on the team right now.
I mean, he is hot as hell right now.
Until he starts cooling down, he's not going to go anywhere but the 4 or 5.
That's fair. But so then you would put him there. But like, I don't know. That's a decent 1 through 6, and then 7, 8, 9 is a 7, 8, 9.
And that's without Bohm, who's going to be back
Marsh
in the next
and Alec
10 days.
Bohm and Bryson Stott are your 7, 8, 9. That's not a terrible 7, 8, 9 to have, man. Like, how are you not seeing in this landscape of Major League Baseball that if your 7, 8, 9 is Brandon Marsh, Alec Bohm, and Bryson Stott, you're doing okay.
Because I don't like who you have behind Harper. It goes down to that's
fair.
I feel this is how I feel. I feel there were 3 needs, and you could have essentially made 2 of them. You could have morphed 2 of them into 1. I thought you had to go out and add depth into your bullpen, and they did that, and I'm giving him a very high grade on that. The other thing is you need either a true 1 or a true 4, and if you get the true 1, if it was a Stephen Kwan, you could have made him a true 1. Get Kyle behind Harper. I'm fine with that. Or you go out and get a true cleanup hitter, which this team hasn't seen since I don't know when.
I'll be honest with you.
That's my issue. My issue is who in this lineup is going to be behind Harper in October that strikes enough fear in the opposing pitcher's eyes that they don't pitch around Harper. And that problem has not been
The problem that the Phillies have, and I'm going to challenge you, and Chris, you're welcome, and Steve, you're welcome, but we're fine in the number 1 hole with Trey. I have no problem with Trey leading off.
I don't have a problem with it either. I'm saying Quan could have pushed the Kyle to 4.
I'm great with Bryson the 3. I say we need a 2. What we needed is a 2, and I'm not convinced we don't need a 1. I'm just saying, like, we needed a 2.
Fine.
I'm not
That's
sure
fine.
that we got a 2.
Quan would have been a perfect 2 as well.
All right, so I guess we're making the same argument anyway.
Yeah,
right,
I'm fine with that. Anyone that gets someone not named Bohm, Marsh, JT, Casty, Stott behind Harper is all I wanted. I wanted to extend the lineup in that way and add depth to the bullpen, and they succeeded on one end.
And honestly, Eugenio Suarez, you could argue, is a worse defensive option at third than Alec. Much better bat, but
not really.
Not really much better. I mean, his balls go out of the yard.
He hits a lot of home runs, but he's an average 227, 230 hitter, which we went through with Kyle for 2 years, and that was
made everyone
right
crazy.
The Mendoza line and hitting 45 home runs and drove us crazy, and everyone cheered when he hit a single. But Suarez, they traded Suarez for 3 of their top 15 prospects in their development system.
Oh, for sure.
If we were gonna get Suarez, that means we're giving up Andrew Painter, probably Aiden Miller
and Crawford, maybe
Crawford,
or another Tate,
or like Gabriel Rincones or something like that. Plus maybe more. Who knows?
After looking at the players that moved and looking at what we have now, I like the Philadelphia Phillies team. I think I would take this lineup over a lot of lineups in baseball. And we've been saying it. I've been saying it. If they get hot at the right time, they can win the World Series, just like any number of teams out there. So are they a guarantee? Nope, absolutely not. but do I like their chances? I do. Chris,
I
do
mean,
you like their chances?
I mean, let's be hopeful. Harrison Bader statistically is better than every single outfielder that we have currently, and that's at the plate. That's with his glove. Don't get me started on Max Kepler right now because he's probably not going to be with the ball club by next week. Johan Rojas.
Are we really going to DFA Kepler? Or are we just going to? Should we just bench him?
I think we're just going to play. I think we're just going to place him on waivers and let someone pick him up.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I guess that really. And same with Romano. Like, can we just goodbye? We don't really need you, buddy.
Hey, but Topper said that he sees Romano as a guy that can come in and get a necessary out in the middle of an inning. So
maybe if it's
with that motivation,
down by 7.
I don't have a problem keeping Romano. If he adds length to this bullpen, like that's great. Like just get him out of these high leverage situations. It's perfectly fine as adding length to this bullpen.
Yeah, and Dombo's presser after 6:00 today, he said that. Not that he I guess he hasn't had a conversation with him yet, but he's having a conversation with Topper saying that Duran is our closer. And that's good. And that's that. God. He's going to be the ninth inning guy, potentially being a 4-out save kind of guy. His
up downs are his up downs good?
His ERA when he's in the 8th is around 1. It goes up in the 9th, obviously, because that's when he gets the bulk of his work, and it's about a 2.2. I think it's like a 2.3, 2.4, something like that.
Honestly, Kirkering and Strom alternating between 7th and 8th, depending on the lineup, is fine. I'm great with that, man. And then you got any number of guys that can pitch 5th and 6th if your starters are in trouble. If we have a dedicated,
you got Alvarado coming back that you can just
and like he can just eat innings, baby.
Torch for the month of September,
dude. Burn the hell out of him. That's what he gets. He's going to be working 3-inning saves and some shit because we need him to give our guys some breaks, and he's had plenty of break now.
Yeah. Here's the final thing I'll say. Here's the final thing I'll say about today is Duran was the golden goose. We got him. The guy's gonna throw. He's gonna throw 100 miles an hour. He's gonna strike people out. Mick Abel leaving. I think him coming up as early as he did. That was the showcase.
It was good to see him. It was good to see him in the Phillies uniform.
And that was Dombo bringing him up. So I think potentially he can use him as trade bait, which. We've seen him succeed. We've seen him succeed. We saw him shine against Skeens, and then we saw him not be able to locate a thing for 3 straight starts. So, Eduardo Tate, we don't know what he's going to be because he's probably 3 or 4 years away from even getting to the big leagues. Who knows? And we gave away virtually nothing for Harrison Bader. So, versus what, as we've talked about, versus what San Diego did, versus what a lot of the other clubs did to get that star player, we came out probably, I would say, an A or an A- for not giving up the house to at least get someone that's going to not be Jordan Romano in the bullpen as a closer.
Did you know that the Mets gave up 3 of their prospects that are in the MLB top 10 to acquire the bullpen bats that they gave up? Which, like, I get it, but I don't know, man. Have fun with Greg Soto. And yes, they did get that dude that does the funky ass sidearm crap.
Rogers,
I know.
Tyler Rogers.
And Harper's not going to swing the bat once at him again, and it's going to be a pain in the ass.
All the Phils, all
dude. He flummoxes the Phillies. And like I read an article saying like that the Mets just constructed a bullpen specifically to take out the Phillies. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, they absolutely
sure as hell did.
They really did.
So. Let's do, to your point, Danny, and we'll get there. Let's do what we can to bury the Mets so that they don't even have that chance. But, Danny, one last thought before we head into the fun and kick Chris out of here on the roster and everything that's happened from a front office standpoint.
I smell like a sound. I'm lost and I'm found.
I'm on a hunt down out there.
That's right.
Chris. Thank you so much for coming in and swinging that big bat like we know you can. You are the man, the myth, the legend, and you are never, ever to be traded. You are officially always locked into the team. Thank you, brother. Any last words before we kick you out of here?
Yeah, I'm leaving for San Diego.
Oh, yeah?
Well, just like everyone else did. Like everyone else did.
What do we get? And what do we get?
You get
a couple more salty hot dogs and a pat on the back and a good luck.
That's all I ever really wanted, anyways.
As long as it's civil, Chris, man. Great to see you. Always
Nice,
glad
boys.
to have you. Yeah, man.
Until next time, brother.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Danny, that was super fun. Did you add him after I removed him? That's fun.
Yes, I
That's
did.
fun. I miss StreamYard. This is great. Danny, we wanted to have some fun before we went into our ad break. We knew that we were going to be super baseball heavy in the first 40-some minutes, and we were. So it is officially, with our Duran Duran lifestyle, it is our call to the bullpen. Danny, I want to know, what are the top 3 cell phones that you have owned? Starting with number 3, what is your third favorite cell phone that you've ever owned?
It's got to be the Motorola Razr, right?
You were a Razr, bitch.
I was a Razr
I never
guy.
had a Razr. How was that, man? You guys were cool. You guys were cool as shit.
Yeah, I loved it. I remember I had the silver one, not the black one.
Ooh, black was a lot cooler than silver, I will say.
Oh, really? No, this was like the shiny metallic silver, not the gray plastic. It was like
that's so great. Did you also drive a Pontiac Trans Am? Like, how did that work out for you?
It was a Chevy Cavalier, and mind your business.
Yes, it was. Yes, it absolutely was. I had a Ford Escort, so there you go. All right.
So yeah, man, it was the first one that I was able to get and send emails on. So
ooh, nice. I
took a whole 5 minutes.
For the longest time, when I accidentally went into internet, I was hitting the end button like a rabid donkey because I was not gonna have my dad accrue a $5 charge. My number 3 phone is epic and will never die, and that is the LG Chocolate. The LG Chocolate, the little slider with the wheel. Oh, man. If you were a T9 word texter, the LG Chocolate was everything you needed in a college or high school classroom to send your friends any message you wanted. You didn't have to look at the screen. The LG Chocolate was absolutely perfect.
That was, I remember those commercials. It looked like a cool phone. I never got it.
Okay.
But I do remember the commercials. It was very silky. It was sultry.
It was like very sultry.
They sold a cell phone version with sex.
They did. LG knows what they're doing. I'm not gonna lie. It's not the only time they're gonna show up on this list. Danny, what's your number 2 phone?
Apple did it with the nerdy techie dude. You know, what's Jason Statham? What's the guy's name?
Jason Long versus that nerdy guy. I'm an Apple. I'm a PC. I have USB ports. I don't, and that makes me trendy.
They went that way, but LG said no. Do you know what sells? Sex.
Sex appeal, and a chocolate sex bar gets it done.
Yeah, I give them credit for that. So my number 2 is the old school OG. It's the Nokia 3310. I think it's everybody's first. Yes, I think it's everybody's first cell phone. It has Snake on it. Indestructible. You knew where it was. You could flip out the face plates. It was welcome to independence. Welcome to running around with I can do whatever I want because I got a cell phone. So I am out. See you later. And it holds a special place in my heart. Completely outdated. That is why it is at 2.
I love it, and it always makes you think of The Wire, because in season 3 of The Wire, when they really got into burner technology, it was always that Nokia phone that they were always just throwing in the ground and breaking the second they throw it onto the. It was amazing. My number 2 is a bit unconventional. It is a flip phone. It is the Samsung SCH-U360. It's not flashy, folks. It's not anything that had a cool commercial with Stewie Griffin dancing with an iPod or any crap like that. But you know what it did? It survived a 6-day snowstorm, thrown in a bag of rice. It then continued to work for me for 11 years as both a backup cell phone and an alarm clock. This was the most indestructible, unnecessary phone I have ever had, and I will forever appreciate it. It lived from 2009 to 2020. Samsung SCH-U360. Nicely done.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know what you're talking about.
No one does, and that's the beauty of it, because it was so simple. And my friend Kenny in college had one of these, and his text message ringtone was world champions. World fucking champions. So I have always held this phone a little extra special in my heart because of Chutley, and it's indestructible as hell, like Chutley.
Chase Butley.
Yes, unlike Miguel Tejada. What are you saying?
I said
Indeed. What is Danny? What is your number one phone?
The Google Pixel series. I started out with the Google Pixel 5, loved it, went to a Google Pixel 5a, then to a Google Pixel 7. I am now rocking the Google Pixel 9. I am not into, Apple and it's whatever, and I don't shop Amazon anymore and all that other kind of stuff. But if you need to join one evil empire, I joined the Google evil empire, because why not have a device that logs into all the stuff you use? So that's what I did.
I respect that, and I very much like it. And as someone that is currently fighting with the Apple evil empire, and folks, we'll get to that, I went in a different route for number one. So I wanted to think about when we initially did the 5, there were smartphones included in this, but I got rid of the smartphones, and I got I don't know if you would call it a smartphone. It was a pre-smartphone. I went with the LG NV. So this was a phone that had the original 9 pad on the front, and then you flipped it open to a full QWERTY keyboard, and the screen inside was a smart screen. Like, why can I no longer buy a physical keyboard? I love the physical tactile sensation of typing on a keyboard, especially with my thumbs. I think that autocorrect is the bane of my existence. And if I could have an actual QWERTY keyboard that I could type into, my emails, my text messages, everything would be so much better. And it bothers me that we have gotten away from that technology for absolutely no reason. So the LG NV will forever be my absolute favorite phone because it was functional, it was fashionable, it was fantastic.
I love it. So since I did spring on you, hey, can we cut it down from 5 to 3 because we're not cell phone tech guys? I apologize. Do you have an honorable mention smartphone?
The Samsung Note 2. I really fell in love with the stylus, even though it was completely unnecessary. But of all of the Samsung brands, I've enjoyed Galaxy. I have, but Note 2 was a really, really good one. You have any honorable mentions?
So there was a point in time where the Motorola, I think they were called G series. I was into them. I liked them. They were a budget smartphone.
Okay.
And then I think it was like the 6 or the 7. I liked it, and then I went up to the next 9, the next generation of it, or whatever. I went to the next generation, whatever the number was. And that's when I noticed, like, oh, okay, like this used to be a budget cell phone that rivaled the guys. Now it feels and looks and sounds and acts like a budget cell phone. So then
once you realized it was a Boost mobile phone, you were like, all right, I guess I'm done with this.
Where are you at?
Amen. Danny, great bit. I think that was fun. You want to go take an ad?
Daddy, what's your credit card number?
Why?
I need to order some Quit Chasin merchandise.
What? Wait, how did you get on our Fourth Wall merchandise site?
I clicked the link in this episode description.
Oh, Taylor, you're so smart.
Oh, Daddy, you really shouldn't use children for your commercials. It feels inappropriate.
But, Tay, how else will I tell people about our After Dark episodes or send them to any of our social media handles?
Can't I go play Minecraft?
Of course, but feel free to watch any of our old or current shows on our YouTube channel.
This is getting sad, dude.
Hey, if you have a complaint, feel free to send it to the show at quitchasinpodcast@gmail.com.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's fair. Look at that. We made it back right in time, Dano. All right, friends. We, for a long time, Danny tried his darndest to get us to a spot where we would retire some of our most consistent bits, and I refuse to let them die. So it is with great happiness that it brings me to announce this week for Media Stables. Danny, do you want to go first or should I go first?
That's your call.
I am going to let Danny go first for Media Stables. Danny, what you got?
I got So in full transparency, everyone who knows us knows that we are of the Fritzian Society.
Fritz-tacular folks, yes.
Yes. We are big fans of Jack Fritz. We appreciate
and his buddy Jimmy Olsen or something.
Something like that. I'm glad you're sticking with that.
Until the day I die.
He's a good friend of the show. We appreciate everything he does. So I'm Team Fritz on this WIP. Fritz, what is it? The camera.
DeCamara.
DeCamara. Triathlon, whatever it is. It's best of 5 series.
Heptathlon? No, pentathlon.
That sounds right. It would be a penta something, right?
Penta something.
Pentagrammathon.
Pent up aggression.
Oh, I command you. Anyways, so this next thing, it was supposed to go Tuesday of this week, was tennis. We were at that time in the middle of the heat wave, and then the rains came and washed it all away. They canceled it. WIP made the call to not have these 2 middle-aged, non-athletic men.
I'd argue non-athletic. Okay, Jack, I see you, buddy. Don't worry. I'm not going to call you non-athletic like Danny.
Post-athletic men. How's that?
All right, that works.
Sure.
Post-prime.
Athletic men who work in an air-conditioned studio. In this fun little radio bit, they decided to call it off for safety measures. Now, to this guy's defense, they did run a poll, and the on-air personalities of WIP were ragging on each other and jawing on each other and calling each other soft for it and all that other kind of stuff, which is fine. That's what they do. They can rip on each other. What cannot happen is a third party of Mr. Kevin Kincaid, one of our favorite targets on this show.
Oh, he just makes himself a bullseye.
He really absolutely does.
Every chance he gets.
Puts out a CB article calling them soft because of the heat wave and calling it off. Now, these desk jockey, office working amateurs decided not to play an exhibition radio bit tennis game. There is no reason for this jamoke to come out and be like, I'm tougher than the sun. Everyone's so soft. Like, how insecure are you that you need to front on your internet page that you are tougher than the sun? Like, dude, they didn't cancel the Olympics. Just chill out. This is a dumb radio bit. If you want to make the argument that it's been going on too long and they should have played it to get it over with, I'm fine with that because this bit has been going on too long.
It's been going on for like a month and a half.
But I'm tougher than the sun? Get out of here.
So I think the biggest problem there, and we talked about this earlier, is that, and I got to imagine with, I assume Kevin Kincaid is the head of the Crossing Broad crime family at this point, but he sees how successful of a bit this has been for WIP and for Jack and for Joe. And I think he's a little bit jealous, and he's doing that knuckle dragon thing where as a version of his jealousy, he's lashing out at it. And he's probably going to tell people if folks challenge him like we are, oh, this was tongue in cheek. This was sarcasm. I don't know, man. I read that. I think that was a lot more of a, there's a little bit of truth behind every just kidding. And this is the type of stuff he has done. I think he understands that his base and the most people that are going to click on his stuff are knuckle dragging idiots that would agree with him. Like, I believe that I'm stronger than the sun. That's why he has a problem. And that's probably why 75% of the space you see on Crossing Broad now is betting ad space and not actual articles by people that write. Thank God for Kyle Pagan. He's the only thing that makes that site even half legitimate anymore.
And the funny thing about Kyle's tongue-in-cheekness is
he's really good at it.
Yes,
like
and
when Kevin was on vacation, I don't know if you saw
when Kevin. No, I try not to. Like I sent you that text message when I read that article, being like, I made the mistake of going back on Crossing Broad. Like it was my first day back on in months, and I was like, of course, this is the article.
there was a moment when Kevin was on vacation and Kyle took over all writing, where he was even the way he wrote about politics was legitimately center line based. Not like Kevin, where he says it's center line based, but it's actually center red based. Like Kyle.
Hey, we don't make political posts. I don't put up political posts. Punch Kamal in the face. Like, are you kidding me, buddy? Like, you followed it up with punch her in the face.
It's the cheapest way of trying to be non-offensive while also not trying to offend your base. Like, okay, buddy, we get it, man. Like, again, you're selling ad space to Bet Rivers Casino every millisecond of the day. Like, you're struggling. You don't have to cater to the lowest common denominator. You are, Kevin, I've read some of your stuff. You're smart enough that you can actually write to people that will respond to it and have intelligence, but you choose not to because that's where you think the easy ad space is. And it's tiring. It's exhausting. Grow up.
Yeah. Like, if you want to make a case that they canceled the Olympics because there was a brief heat wave, that's one thing. If you want to say these desk jockey amateurs didn't do a radio bit and you are tougher than a celestial body, like, what are we doing?
God only knows. God only knows. Danny, should I go into my media
Yes,
statement?
please.
Folks, I'm going to be talking about Happy Gilmore 2. Now, I am going to be giving you my honest, I hope, spoiler-free analysis of the movie.
Somebody's closer.
God, I wish so. So here's the thing. Go into it with no expectations. Go into it without any reverence, any characters that you have had at any point. Go into it not expecting anything, and you'll probably like it. The problem I have with this movie is it was very full of cameos. I have no problem with that. I didn't even realize half of the cameos until after the fact. That part I had no problem with. It was when the movie got so sensational that it wasn't believably enjoyable anymore. As ridiculous as the original Happy Gilmore was, there was always just enough reality that you thought to yourself, like, okay. And it takes you 20 years to realize just because someone can drive the ball really, really long doesn't make him a great golfer. There's a lot more to golf than just driving the ball long. But my biggest problem is
there was a whole section in the first one that he worked on his putting.
Yes, but there's still the middle game. There is still the middle game, damn it.
Not when you drive it that long. That was the point.
I guess. Okay. Sure. But there are angles in golf courses that you're not, even if you can drive it 456 yards, there are times when you can only drive it 300 and then another 150. But anyways, I digress. My biggest problem with the movie was it had every chance to be as good as the original, and just Adam Sandler decided to be lazy. He decided to be lazy with how he told the story of what was going on. He was lazy with incorporating more shocking cameos than meaningful story. This movie was 30 minutes longer than the original and twice as forgettable as the original. The entire nexus of the core problem that he faced at the end wasn't worth it. And he's made good movies recently. He has made, like, the date night movies were actually pretty fun. Uncut Gems was Oscar worthy. Hustle was a really good film. So he has it in him. And I thought with a prestige character like Happy Gilmore, one of the most reverent sports movie characters of all time, I would argue, I thought he would give it a little bit more respect than what he's been doing. And it fell flat. And I thought it could have been better. So go into it with nothing. You'll be entertained. Don't go into it expecting character development or like anything really that emotional. It's fan service in a great way, but it's not good story. Bugs me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. But conditioner makes your hair silky and smooth.
Conditioner is better. That was Billy Madison. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I would check out. Well, I would have said I'd check out.
Doesn't matter to me
now. No.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm dropping my amped. I think we covered it pretty well.
I think you did too. I, however, am not dropping my amped. Folks, you know from last year that I was a Samsung acolyte, and I recently had to switch over to the iPhone. I didn't have to. I chose to because I wanted to be more connected with the rest of my family that had iPhones. And in the last week, my phone stopped holding a considerable charge. It would randomly restart and then it would not connect to a network. So while I was in Philly for the 999 challenge, I did not have any cell phone service. And every time that my phone rebooted, it would have 1%. So I did what my phone told me to do, and I did Apple diagnostics. They said, I got nothing. It's a hardware issue. Go to the Apple store. Closest one to me is in Lancaster, 40 miles away. Fine, whatever. I went there. They told me, cool, man, the entire brain of your phone, so the battery, the network, the SIM card, all of that, totally fried. Sucks to be you, man. You got a default system. $450 to change that. I said, super cool. Adios. I had my old Samsung Galaxy S9 because it still works because it's a Samsung, ready to put a SIM card in and activate. But then I went home and I looked at my Verizon bill and I realized, son of a bitch, I have Verizon Mobile Protect. So I went to the Verizon store and said, hey guys, I can get my phone replaced completely because it's factory not working. They said, cool, man, that's a great story. You can't do that here. You have to go to this other store, this one in Colonial Park, and they can do that for you. So I said, oh, okay. So I drove from Terra to Colonial Park. I go in, I tell the guys the story. They're like, no, you're going to have to call a phone number. I said, that's great, man. My phone doesn't work. It doesn't stay on for more than 30 seconds. So they said, okay, you use our touch tone phone. So I did that. I'm on the phone with the guy. He said, great news. We can get you set up. First, though, I need you to go to this other store where our technician's going to look at it to make sure it's not physically damaged so that you don't have to pay anything for this repair.
Oy.
I'm like, oh, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I go to U-Break iFix, and the dude's like, oh, no, it's a battery issue. We can fix that because here's the problem.
Wait, hold on. Can I stop you real quick?
Please do. I'm rambling.
Samsung, Verizon sent you to a third party?
Yes, because there were no technicians at the Samsung store. So I had to go to a subcontractor called U-Break iFix.
Yeah.
That is technicians. And so I went in there and the guy's like, oh, yeah, for what you're describing, because every time I go to tell what's happening, once I get to the phone's restarting, everyone's like, oh, okay, shut up. I know what the problem is. I'm like, no, there's still a network connectivity issue too. And they never let me get there. So when I get there, U-Break iFix, like, oh yeah, we can fix the battery issue. I'm like, super cool. By the way, there's this other thing that's happening that I was trying to tell you about where it doesn't actually connect to the network and it goes into SOS mode for no absolute reason. He's like, oh, okay, well, no, yeah, we are going to just have to replace the phone. Thank you. I've been saying that for 4.5 hours. I just need a damned replacement phone. So he's like, cool. So he calls back to the Verizon guy. The Verizon guy calls me and says, hey, man, we're great. We can set you up for that phone. No problem. Oh, wait, hold on. There's another problem. Your Find My iPhone is activated, and therefore I cannot send you a new phone until you deactivate it. And I say to him, Mike, my good man, my phone doesn't work. How can I deactivate this? And he said, that's a great question.
Okay. Well,
so I go home and I charge the phone, and by the grace of God, I got 90 seconds out of my phone so I could turn off the Find My iPhone. And a process that started at 12:30 in the afternoon yesterday, at 8:30 last night, was finally finished, and a new phone is on its way and will get here tomorrow. That had me amped up.
Oh, I would have been right there with you. I don't know how that thing didn't end at the bottom of the Susquehanna River, because it would have store 2. I would have been like, Chuck.
Dude, it was bad. It was super bad. And here's the other thing. So I had Apple Care for whatever reason for a year. And in June, Apple Care expired. And now my phone mysteriously starts shitting the bed 1 month later. And it wasn't covered anymore because anytime I get your warranty is about to expire, I assume that's spam because it's 2025 and extended warranty scams have been going on for the last 14 years. So I didn't pay attention to that. Yes, sir.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
But it's all right because I had the Verizon, and Verizon took care of me, even though they took me to 3 other effing stores to get the job done.
What's the holdup with the Find My iPhone? Why does that matter?
I have no idea, but I'm guessing it has something to do with iPhone technology and Because I know that when cops need to find like a missing person and there's a Find My iPhone thing, like there is a lot of legal red tape they have to get through to find this potentially like iPhone, Tim Cook, bastard, Steve Jobs in hell with Satan. Like it's crazy.
Oh yeah.
What an awful corporation. But I'm getting a new iPhone shipped to me and I'm going to have that because whatever. I still owe another $500 on the phone. So it is what it is. But seriously. iPhone told me to go to who knows? iPhone told me to go to the iPhone store, and the iPhone store told me $450 to fix it. Verizon said, "We got you, buddy." And like, because it's all about. Here's the other thing that's got me amped up about it, Danny. Hashtag love it, hate it. Commercialism, consumerism, capitalism. I know I'm ranting, but tell me why at both the Apple store and the Verizon store, there were 10 salespeople for every 2 technicians. I get it. Capitalism. You make more money selling stuff than fixing stuff, but you're pissing me off with that nonsense. All right, I'm done there. But I had to get that love and hate of capitalism piece that I witnessed to save my life.
Well, fun story, bro. Hate it. Always capitalism.
Capitalism.
Man, love it, hate it, Alex. Capitalism and the banana balls.
All right, so love it, hate. So while we were doing our 999 challenge,
the banana balls was happening.
The Savannah Bananas were in CBP doing their Savannah Banana nonsense, and I got to ask you, Danny.
Yeah.
Love it, hate it, Savannah Bananas.
So here's the thing. I hate it. And now we did this last year when they were in CBP.
We did, and we loved it.
We did love it. And we even covered some of the key moments about it. And I think we both had the caveat of like, it's not 100% our thing. It's a little goofy. It's bringing baseball to more of the masses. How's that a bad thing? I think is what we landed on. I have now went the opposite way with it. A complete 360. No, it's a 180. Oh no. Can you hear me?
Danny's gone, guys.
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you though.
That's all I care about.
All right.
So
go.
Yeah. Well, I'm also trying to fix this at the same time.
So I loved
you.
Savannah Banana Ball until, ironically, I watched. There it is. Happy
Welcome
Gilmore
back.
2.
Thank you.
And when Happy Gilmore 2, their general conceit was a combination of Live Golf and Savannah Bananas baseball, and it pointed out the ludicrousness of when you turn a beloved pastime and a beloved game into a carnival attraction, you lose everything that makes it worth a damn. When you turn baseball into the Harlem Globetrotters, it's not baseball. This is not baseball. Savannah's Bananas baseball isn't baseball. And I thought it was okay to be auxiliary baseball, but it's actually hurting, I think, the perception of the game.
That's interesting. I don't know.
Maybe I'm overblown there. I
don't really know. And I can tell you, so this is where I was getting my issue with it was, again, last year when we covered this, the general consensus, I'm recapping because I need to stay on track, was that it's bringing baseball to more of a non-baseball fandom palette, and that how could that be a bad thing? And then you see everyone complaining about how just astronomically priced Savannah Banana Ball tickets are.
Like, damn, that took no time at all for it to be outpriced.
Hold on.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
But wait, there's more.
But wait.
The Joker that wears the yellow suit and hat in all his appearances, I understand it's a branding thing, but like, come on, dude, you're a grown man. Like,
so they're Barstooly.
Yeah, we all know who you are. You probably just wear some regular clothes at this point. But committed to the bit, so kudos on that. Comes out and puts a social media post being like, if you're paying whatever for Banana Ball tickets, it's not through us. Our tickets are between $30 and $60. I'm like, no crap, dude, it's not through you. But here's the issue. They offer these tickets first, the season ticket holders of the venue that they are going to. Now, in this case, it's Philadelphia Phillies season ticket holders who already have a vested interest in traditional baseball.
And
they don't want
have a tendency to
maybe
sell their shit. Sell their shit.
So you're offering tickets to people who already pay high dollar that have a vested interest in traditional baseball enough to buy season tickets to their local major league team, that it's not really expanding the game anymore. So now I'm not a fan of TikTok, but this is just turned into TikTok Live, TikTok on Ice. They're cosplaying. It's TikTok Live cosplaying baseball. And I'm not into it. I'm not into it anymore. And I don't think it's bringing baseball to the people. I think it's bringing brain rot to the people.
I agree with you.
Disguised as baseball. And listen, man, if people are entertained, I'm sure the kids are entertained.
Yes, just like Harlem Globetrotters, they are entertaining for children. They really are. My biggest problem is it seems like they're trying to brand themselves towards adults more than kids, and that seems stupid as hell. It's not. If it's not a $12 ticket, it's not worth my time. Like, I'm not going to go watch fake baseball for $45 a ticket when I can watch real baseball for $36 a ticket. By the way, folks, if you're coming to the game on Tuesday, August, whatever is Tuesday, I will be there with my family to cheer on the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Orioles, section 420. So come see us. Say hi.
Very nice. So, yeah, the other thing is I noticed more negative reviews about Banana Ball this time around than I did last year. And I saw some people even saying, like in the comment section, like went to both of them, went to last year's and this year's. This year, I couldn't pay attention. And there's just someone even said there's too much crap going on.
I've heard that. I've heard it's a very, very distracting experience. Like they're so focused on being everything that they're nothing.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. If it's the Globetrotters version of baseball, that's fine. That's
right.
Good and fun, and it'll be a fun attraction, and you can take the family to it, and you can have a fun night. And if your kid is the lucky one that catches the foul ball to end the inning, I'm sure that's a heck of a story and a great memory. And good for all of that. But the thing about the Globetrotters is it is not this mega storm that you see and hear everywhere. Like the Savannah Bananas can still be what they are. I just don't need it in my face anymore.
I think they are a flash in the pan. I think they are what's hot right now. I think by 2028, they are a cute story that some people check out. I think that they definitely seem to have a end date. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't feel like their cultural relevance has a lot of longevity attached to it.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, again, like I'm not trying to be a complete hater. Like that guy came from nothing. He built it all up. Those
sure did.
Entrepreneurial spirit type guys. He's a great story. I'm not taking any of that away from him. Some of these college guys, these undrafted guys that wanted to play professional ball or be entertainers, and it didn't make it out. And this is their chance to entertain thousands of thousands of people come out to this stuff.
I love that people love it. I love that people love it. I don't want people to try and say that this is going to replace baseball. I don't want anyone to get mixed up that this is going to be a replacement. This is a supplement. This is the sidecar to the motorcycle that is baseball. Just like the Globetrotters are the sidecar to the NBA. Like this is a sidecar, and maybe I don't want people to start thinking this is baseball. And maybe that's where my old man yelling at a cloud curmudgeon comes in. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you. And I think the whole offering it I think what has the bug up my butt the most is offering it to season ticket holders of major league teams. Like,
yes,
they're already invested in trad baseball.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
That's all I got, man. Hey.
We did it.
Old school QC with our Chris, fun. Man. Thanks for coming on. Right? It was fun.
Do the thing, man. Send us out.
All right. I'm ready. Hey, everyone. This was fun. We'll do better next week. I promise. And everyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant.